All right, I believe we are back. So welcome back to the 2015 MotoOption Supercross Series, presented by Fly Racing. Live here on Star Systems Television. My name is Kellen Brower, and I'm about to take you through a 15-lap 250 West main event, quickly followed by a 20-lap 450 main event here at round 3 in Anaheim. And we have got quite the race coming up, as now both classes have seen their respective points leaders qualify through into the main event. So all 4 red plates will be on display tonight. First time I believe that's ever happened in Race Factory competition, where both series had tied points leaders at any point in time. I know that we had tied points leaders in the 450 class outdoors before, but this is the first time I've seen it indoors, so we are set to go. Let's see. Right here in the middle, JLV off the track, 250 main event action from Anaheim. Oh, it's a good jump from the 51 of Casterman's, but Honeywell puts him down, and Honeywell gets across the line to take the whole shot with Fjellberg right behind him in second. So here is your red plate holders, 1 and 2. If you wanted to see a battle for the points lead tonight, you are about to get it, as Fjellberg makes a little mistake, goes off the track, but corrects himself. Honeywell leads, Fjellberg is second, and it looks like Burkeen is in third. So Burkeen on the podium last week already finds himself in the 3rd place position, with Jerry Robin and Luke Heberlein right behind him. Jerry Robin over scrubs and goes down. Got to be careful here, as there's guys trying to jump past him as Penwell lands on him. Look at all these guys coming through, and Jerry Robin goes from being inside of the top 5 to way back as Honeywell leads over on the first lap. All right, so now that we are settled in a little bit here, sit back for 14 more laps of probably some of the best action that we've seen all year, as your 2 points leaders find each other right up front. Matt Burkeen in 3rd. Who is going to win tonight's main event? Dade Honeywell making his bid to be that guy, as he jumps off track. Fortunately, these bales have not too rough of collisions, so they get kind of hung up a little bit, but nothing too major. Honeywell looking really comfortable up front so far. Of course, we're only about a lap and a half in, but has settled into an early good pace. Fjellberg not necessarily sticking with him too well just yet. You can see Burkeen looking actually like he might try to make a move on Fjellberg if he can get close enough. Burkeen has been awfully fast here all week. Dennis was the fastest qualifier, but Burkeen has been consistently running 108s at times. And fastest lap on this track in the 250 class, I believe, were 107s. A couple guys got into the 107s, but nobody was in the 107s for qualifying. Dennis was a low 108 and was able to secure top qualifying position. But like I said, Burkeen in the 108s all week, very comfortable looking. He's got Luke Heberlein behind him, so Heberlein comes out of that last chance qualifier, finds himself in the top 4 early, as these guys are all running pretty much nose to tail in the top 4, which is pretty nice to see. A good battle going so far. These guys able to stay very consistent on the track. Yeah, I'm encountering just a little bit of lag issues right now, guys. It's going to fix itself in just a second, I can promise you that. All right, we should be getting back to normal speed of connection. I apologize for that frame skip for a second. I don't know what happened, but I definitely did drop frames, so I apologize for that. But you haven't missed a thing. The top 4 is still running pretty much nose to tail. And Honeywell, lap 4 here, still looks awfully comfortable. Fjellberg now trying to close that gap in just a little bit. Nothing these guys can really do different. Everybody's doing about the same lines, which makes it, of course, very close racing. But once you get in this kind of groove of just everybody's running about a second apart as Fjellberg makes a mistake and slides out, that's going to allow Burkeen and Heberlein both by. Good job by Burkeen and Heberlein to miss him. So now Fjellberg, just as I was talking about, these guys running pretty flawless, loses that position. Again, as I said, we should be back to normal stream quality and no frame lag anymore. If you guys are still having that problem, please let me know. But on my end, I see absolutely nothing going on that's wrong right now. I did notice it when it was dropping frames a moment ago, but we should be good now. So can Burkeen maybe reel in Honeywell? Burkeen's still looking for that first career win. Heberlein keeping things close. Let's go ahead and go back a little further. We've got Holiak in 5th with Wilcox getting around Cromie for 6th. And as does Kessler and Tassone. Oh no, Kessler's a lap down, excuse me. I think. Yeah, Wilcox, Tassone, Cromie. That's 6th, 7th, and 8th, I believe. Prokop, Rollins, Finn Collins, Robert Wilson, Dominic Tiberino, Gustavo Diniz, Jerry Robin, Jason Pama, Cody Penwell, and Craig Leake, Cameron Hill, Frank Castermans, Ryan Burke, who I can now see his stuff, so obviously he was running something different in the heat races. And I'm on the line, so I should probably fix that. All right, let's go back up front and see how things are shaking down. Honeywell has a little bit bigger gap now as these 3 riders going at it for second. Burkeen now really has Heberlein and Fjellberg bearing down on him. Heberlein in a little sandwich here. Honeywell just kind of trying to cruise away with the lead. So we're getting into the middle part of this race. We'll have to see if any of these guys get desperate and try to make moves. Heberlein looked like he had to check up behind Burkeen. Allows Fjellberg to kind of close in a little bit again. This guy's running nose to tail, literally whipping off the triple. Burkeen hanging on for now. Here's Fjellberg maybe trying to move. Doesn't quite get the line though. Does he get it now? Side by side. Cuts him off. Whips in his face and jumps off the track and loses the spot anyway. So all that flash and show for pretty much nothing as now they whip over the quad side by side. Fjellberg going to cut under, triple to the inside, and they get together. Heberlein looked like he must have not realized that Fjellberg was going to be there and just kind of cut down low to take a normal line, but Fjellberg was there the whole time. And now they're back together, still in 3rd and 4th. Now Fjellberg's going to have to look for another way around as now Holiak finds himself right in this mix. Oh my goodness. Fjellberg got around Heberlein and Holiak is trying to get through as well. Now Heberlein gets back by Holiak. Apologize, I wasn't commentating there for a second. I was trying to read chat. Oh, Heberlein into the back of Fjellberg, so Holiak into 4th. And Heberlein gets going still in 5th with Wilcox just now coming over the wall. So after all that time, still in 5th. That's just how spread out these guys already were. Oh, Honeywell, just like last week, has Burkeen bearing down on him. And that looks like Monty Wilson of the Taggart Designs team that's in between them, and he pulls out of the way to let Burkeen go. Wilson and Burkeen, of course, good buddies in real life as they're both fast as can be. Not as can be, but they're both very fast. And Burkeen, again, might be looking at that first career victory, literally riding perfect laps right in front of him. which is a tough spot to be in because you can't push too much if you're in Burkeen's position. You want to stay right there in second, keep your chance at the title close. With a guy like Fjellberg only about 12 seconds back, one crash could mean a whole lot of different storylines if Burkeen falls to the clutches of him. But right now, he's still riding these really smooth laps, just like he was last week at Phoenix as they jump over Cody Penwell. But it's still Dade Honeywell, who must have slid out because Burkeen definitely closed in on him, but I don't think he had a fall-off crash, so he's riding pretty damn clean laps right now as we're on lap 9. He's coming up on Zach Prokop, who lets him go, and then Prokop presumably will let Burkeen go as well. Oh, he goes down in front of Burkeen, and that totally screws Burkeen as he goes down off the track over the berm. And he gets going just as Craig Leak gets there, and he's down again. So Fjellberg is going to get the spot into second. Fjellberg goes. Burkeen maybe getting a little too antsy trying to get back on the track, jumps in front as Craig Leak was trying to come by. And now Fjellberg has a whole bunch of lappers in front of him. Honeywell now has a lot of room to kind of check out and work with. Fjellberg has to get through all these lappers as Burkeen tries to recover. Holiak running really strong. Man, did he just rail that corner. So he's trying to go to work for third on Matt Burkeen. Had a rider down that looked like Prokop that was down on the inside. Holiak, now Luke Heberlein coming through in fifth next to Prokop. And Prokop is gonna let him go. Wilcox back here in sixth. Matt Cromie still on Kyle Robb's bike is in seventh. Gustavo Diniz is eighth with Finn Collins in ninth. And Jerry Robin, another top 10 for Robin. And then Rollins sits 11th. Ryan Kessler flips off the wall in 12th. Tassone is stuck on the wall as Honeywell goes around. And Tiberino was stuck there as well. Cameron Hill, Frank Castermans, Cody Penwell, Craig Leak, Robert Wilson. Ooh, looks like Heberlein just got around Holiak in that mess. Oh, Wilcox got around Holiak as well. As Heberlein is fourth, Wilcox up to fifth. And Burkeen sits right in front of Heberlein. So again, Heberlein looking for a way around Matt Burkeen. This time it's for third as opposed to second earlier on in the race. Burkeen over the line, stays on the track, almost looked like he was going to go off. Heberlein trying to stay close on that split fire ride as Frank Castermans on the 51F crew team moves out of the way. Almost goes down in the process. Wilcox almost gets into the back of Monty Wilson, who's block passing him for some reason, and then jumps off track. And then Wilcox puts Monty Wilson on the ground, kind of rightfully so. There's no need to be racing lappers. And Holiak was able to get by in that charade. So Holiak now up into the fifth place position again. He's going to have Castermans in front of him and then Heberlein. Oh, Castermans was all over the place in the whoops. And I think he did go down. So Holiak, Wilcox, Cromie, Diniz, Collins, Robbins, still your top 10 right now. With Honeywell pretty much checked out. It's got about an 18-second lead right now. So we will not see dual red plates next week, which was almost impossible anyway, as both these guys would have probably had to not make the main to not see dual red plates. Honeywell looking to make that title solely his own. Gotta say, his setup does look pretty good with that red plate on it. Number 30 of Honeywell. Burkeen still sitting right there in third. Heberlein kind of by himself now after Holiak slipped back a little bit. Wilcox still kind of right in the mix. Oh, he slides out. Castermans gets into the back of him. Casterman's getting all kinds of TV time even though he's a lap down. Matt Cromie. Gustavo Diniz has Finn Collins right behind him. So Gustavo now on the Atlas team. I don't think he was on Atlas at round 1. But again, like Byron was suspended for Phoenix, back racing this week. Then we got Jerry Robin, Ryan Kessler, John Rollins letting Honeywell go by. Tiberino with, that's Ryan Burke on the ground. I think he's in dead last. Cameron Hill, Cody Penwell, Maxime Tassone, Frank Castermans. Here's Castermans back here in about 15th. Prokop, Monty Wilson, Craig Leake, Jason Pama, Ryan Burke, and I'm in warm-up mode. So back up front we will go as we're about to click off onto lap 14. Oh, Honeywell must have gone down while I was talking about all these other things because Fjellberg is an awful lot closer. Ugh. About to be 2 laps to go for Honeywell. If he can put in 2 clean laps, he'll have this win. But Fjellberg trying to say something about that as we close in on the finale. Honeywell pretty much just needs to ride as smooth as he was the first 13 laps on these last 2, and he's got himself a win. And the points lead solely to himself. These guys look so smooth, it's unbelievable. Just everything's so precise, it's so perfect. It's night and day different to what this series looked like a few years back. That's for sure. Of course, different tracks back then, tracks made by JLV. Now these tracks made primarily by Barrington. But you definitely didn't see riders ride 15 perfect laps like happens so often today. And although Honeywell obviously did make a mistake, he's rode pretty much 14 or about 13 and a half perfect laps so far. As he takes the white flag, Fjellberg just going to come up short of this victory at this point. Sure, it's got to feel good for Honeywell. After a bad start at Anaheim, he's able to charge his way into 3rd. Shared the points lead entering this race after that win at Phoenix last week. And probably going to be all smiles holding the points lead all to himself after this one. Just can't fault him. He looks super smooth out there. And like I said, rode really, really smooth laps except for that one mistake on lap 13. Has been pretty much perfect as he's getting around lappers here. This is number 156 again of Monty Wilson, it looks like. Oh, gets into a lapper, but Fjellberg nowhere close anymore. So Honeywell triples his way around the corner, double, and over the line. Dade Honeywell, who someone just joined my channel loud as dicks, and I don't know why, but Dade Honeywell joined, or wins.
Now you're all fucked up.
I'm all fucked up. Honeywell wins the 250 class here at Anaheim. Fjellberg 2nd. Burkeen comes across in 3rd. Holiak 4th, and Heberlein looks like he's going to hang on for 5th, as I believe it's none other than Sween Doggy joining the channel.
That's right, just got home from work.
All right. So, looks like I'm having...
Up on that mic.
So we're going to be constantly streaming here, Sween, to the 450 main. But, yeah, just finishing up this race. So you just got home, huh?
Just got home.
Damn. Didn't catch any of the action then, man. That's a bummer. It's pretty good 250, man.
And then how was I tweeting about the action?
Wait, were you?
Yeah, I've been on that Twitter game.
Oh.
Watching the live timing.
Live timing, yeah. Should have checked out racefactorgaming.com/live. And cuts are in. And I don't think it affects
Yep, we'll be right
anything.
back.
All right. Yep, nothing affected in cuts. So from 22 down to 1, we got Tassone, Burke, Wilson, Pama, Prokop, Lee, Castermans, Tiberino, Penwell, Hill, Rollins, Collins. And then the top 10 goes Jerry Robin, Ryan Kessler, Gustavo Diniz, Matt Cromie, Thomas Wilcox, Heberlein ends up 5th, Holiak 4th, Burkeen in 3rd, Dennis Fjellberg 2nd, and Honeywell picks up the win and sole possession of the red plate heading into Oakland next week with a 3-point lead over Fjellberg in the championship. As we now have a restart for the 450 parade lap in the main event. And a real quick check in chat when Sween's talking, if you guys can give me any feedback on if he's too loud or too quiet, that'd be perfect. All right. So, Sweden, I know you've been following live timing and seeing what's kind of going on tonight. You got any perhaps picks for us in the main event, or are you just winging it at this point?
I'm just winging it. I'm just trying to get my my bearings here.
My bearings.
Payback 3s, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is gonna be warm-up lap. Gonna be an interesting main event for sure. I was talking about this earlier. I think this is the first time that RF has ever had both classes have 2 red plate holders simultaneously. So we got another duo of red plate holders in Jeremy Smith and Hunter Root in this class tonight. So that should be interesting to see how that unfolds.
Yeah, I noticed some of the heats were stacked.
Yeah.
Especially Heat 2 was stacked. I think Semi 2 was stacked.
Yeah.
Even the LCQ had a bunch of good guys in it. Crazy.
Yeah, it's weird how like qualifying worked out where everybody was kind of split evenly into those like 2 separate brackets where some people were on odds, some people were on evens, and it ended up having like super stacked heats like you were saying.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. 20 laps. This is about to be off the chains as we got Kellen and Sween coming at you live here on Star Systems TV. 20 laps from Anaheim. Oh boy.
Man.
Pretty safe to say going on board with Leclerc isn't a bad idea, right?
I have to go to the principal's office after the main.
Uh-oh.
Wheels has contacted me.
The principal's office.
I'm going to go old school here. I'm just going to pick Tyson right before the gate drop here.
All right. Sween picks Tyson. I'm not making a pick as the gate is dropping right now.
Hashtag biased.
Hashtag biased. Oh, it's a good start for Jonathan Olsen.
Who the fuck is that? Tyson with a wheelie on the start there.
Oh.
I think that hurt him. Oh, Leclerc.
Olsen blew the lead, so it's now, wow, look at this. Leclerc, Smith, Fresquez.
There we go. What I like to see. Fresquez pulling the, popping a wheel. Oh!
Oh, Leclerc.
Leclerc's, awkward setup, getting him into an awkward position there on the...
Oh.
Damn it.
We got a red flag. Something happened. Oh, that sucks. That was a great start to this main event.
I have a feeling this start's gonna suck balls.
Yeah. See if I can't.
Right.
Yeah. All right, main event version 2, red flag done. Gate is now down, and we're underway.
Trying to jump the gate there. Oh, lots of wheelies this time.
Oh, Leclerc gets a good start. Tyler Crane with the hole shot.
Woo! Sweeping through there. Dang. Benelli's up there. Leclerc's still up there. Fresquez is still up there. Smith is about mid-pack. So
oh, man.
not quite as good, but he's still in contention.
How about that, though? Tyler Crane with the hole shot. Leading this thing with Spinelli, Leclerc, Simmons, Fresquez, Root, Johnson, and Jeremy Smith all in the mix right there.
Crane used to be a hole shot master, I feel like, for a while.
Oh, he's off the track. Oh, gosh. He's going to lose that spot to Leclerc as Tony Spinelli goes to the race lead.
Oh, nice. We have a... I just downloaded the track before this, so excuse my ignorance, but we have a split lane. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I see the point of the the fails, but you know.
Well, I can tell you.
Fast line is to hop right over those sons of bitches.
Well, I can tell you just as much that it's not very much of a split lane. It's a funnel to the outside only lane. Nobody's going inside there. So these guys all funneling through. Spinelli leads Leclerc, Simmons, and Fresquez with Hunter Root tailing in the top 5 right there on that red-plated bike. Man, these guys are all so close together.
Man, Tony Spinelli.
Hey, man, he finished second at San Diego last year.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, rocking my
He
old
also
number.
didn't qualify at A1.
That's true. That is true.
Guess it's stacked. Ooh, Scott Simmons looks like he's been having a good night tonight.
Leclerc just got the move done. Into the lead for Leclerc, and he does the quad triple in the section after the triple.
Does anybody take that inside lane, or is that just fresh soil down there?
That's what I was saying, man. Nobody goes inside there. It is all funnel to the outside on that split section. So Spinelli back to second, and Fresquez is up to third around Simmons.
Root's getting in the mix here.
Yeah.
Dang, I wonder if that's going to be a sketchy triple like that on Saturday night.
Yeah, I don't know.
That seems pretty dangerous. Smith into 6th, Crane back in 7th,
Yeah.
Mullins in 8th. That seems good for Mullins. It sounds like he's kind of had a long night.
Yeah, definitely had a long night.
Mahan looked hot as well early on here. And he won his heat. Number 2 qualifier back in 9th. He won his heat. Might have made that up.
Oh, Smith just got into Simmons, his teammate, and then Crane came flipping in.
Yeah. Right. I was going to say, defending champ, number 1, he's in 10th. Trying to get his first points of the season here.
Yeah, after the disqualification at round 1 and thus being suspended for round 2. Like you said, first points.
At RF.
I know.
Ruining his season.
Yeah.
It's all their fault.
RF ruins his life.
Alfrey. Did Alfrey race last week? I was totally out of it last week.
Yeah, he did race last week. I believe he finished top 10.
Yeah. Alfrey's good. Good to see him out here. Got
Scott.
Andrew Wood back in 16. I don't know who Michael Gonzalez is. In the main. Got Josh Hill back in 20th, aka Jack Roberts. Ooh, Kyle Robb with a rage quit.
Uh-oh.
And Brandon Berg dead last right now.
Behind a rage quitter?
Yeah, behind a rage quitter.
Wow.
A couple notables back there.
Yeah. All right, working our way back up to the front, and we see that it is still Leclerc trying to get his checkbook out. Spinelli about to come under pressure from Fresquez.
Look, I see Leclerc's got that Taylor Berry stand-up style.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, Taylor Berry, 2 weeks in a row, doesn't even qualify for the night show. That's how stacked it is.
Oh, Spinelli! A little spin out for Spinelli. Now Fresquez into second. Let's see if he could charge up, catch Leclerc.
Yeah, Leclerc was pretty damn perfect at Anaheim 1, except for Smith was just that much more perfect. So he's trying to do that again.
Yeah, and Leclerc's got some work to do after the mix-up last week. He missed racing, I guess?
Yeah, supposedly didn't know that the races were on Wednesdays all year long. Thought they were Thursdays every day, so. Yeah, bummer indeed. But he's leading here, so trying to get those points back with the points leaders still in 5th and 6th. Root and Smith. Ooh, Mahan looking up the inside on Smith there with Byron right behind these guys.
And Mullins up to 4th now, so they're trying to salvage a good finish here after his long night.
Yeah. Could have a chance.
Mahan puts the move on Smith there. I thought he was going to take him out.
Wow. Still close in the whoops, yeah.
I'm not sure who was ahead of who there. I just know Mahan kind of stuffed Smith a little bit. 180 back there. I don't know if that was a comeback pass or what.
Yeah, I think Smith was ahead of him coming into it, so it was a pass by Mahan. There's a good chance still if Hunter Root doesn't manage to get up a few more positions that Mullins could walk out of here with the points lead, as he's only 3 points back, I believe, of Root and Smith. So There's that possibility as well.
Claire dropping into the 108s. A bunch of guys on the 109 range right now. Looks like everybody ran their fast lap on the last lap.
Oh, a little mistake from Fresquez.
Impressive.
Always amazes me how these guys can turn their like fastest laps of all week during the main as Hunter Root puts the move on Spinelli.
Probably all the drugs.
I know. Or they're just aliens. That's my theory.
Mullins. The third. I don't know if you already said that.
Yeah. That's alright. That's alright.
Oh, Mahan. Spinelli going at it.
Oh!
No.
Whoa!
Kind of checked up and then decided, well, if you're going to check up too, I'm going for it.
Yeah, Spinelli looped himself out trying to get back on the gas. And allowed Smith to get by.
Nice heads-up racing there for a minute, and then Spinelli gooning out. Spaghetti! Smith here back in 6th. It looks like Smith, I don't want to say struggling, but, you know, usually one of the more dominant guys. He doesn't seem to be have much for these guys right now.
Yeah, it's weird. Something about him in Anaheim 1, he just flows unbelievably well. But since then, hasn't really found that same kind of mojo that he had to win the opening round of this series.
Ooh, a little slide out for him. It's going to let Byron down in, defending champ, close up a little bit.
Some of these guys nailing that tricky triple-double in that rhythm section is not an easy line by any stretch.
Here it is. Says the guy that has not left the starting gate on this track yet. Byron's got to be in a pretty good place right now. He's probably a little bummed that his points got taken away from round 1. He didn't get any points at round 2 because of the suspension, but kind of takes the pressure off. He can just rip some hot laps and see what happens from here on out.
Yeah. Well, he is, I believe, 3rd all-time in Supercross wins list with his 8 last year. And,
Wow.
yeah, he definitely... What's up?
I don't know. I didn't know that anybody made that list. It's cool.
Yeah, I think Tyson passed Shaq for all-time at Houston last year, if I'm not mistaken, so...
And Smith drops back another position to down in while we were chatting it up. It looks like Fresca is also not able to close up that gap on Straight Air Leclerc.
Root putting the pressure on Mullins, though, for 3rd right now.
And Root also dropped into the 108s. Barely. I don't know if it counts.
108.999. All right, number 10 versus number 11 for P number 3 on the track. Who's going to get the spot as these guys go to battle?
God, that jump is sketchy.
Yeah, they're O-jumping it a lot. Is Root going to get antsy here and throw it in early on Mullins? We're only on lap 9 here, still a lot of race left.
I feel like Root's going to blow a top end the way he's revving that bitch out.
Well, usually a 250 rider, I mean, can't put it past him to rev it like a 250.
Here we go.
Oh, Mullins comes out. Root still triples out. Oh, he comes up short.
Should have over-revved it.
Yeah. So Mullins hangs on to the spot for now. Oh, man. A little sideways out of the whoops.
Are these guys making the whoops look easy this week? Or
They're really not that difficult, but they're hitting them faster than I think is comfortable for them.
Yeah. Looks like Root's suspension maybe not working the best through there. I think he hit like every 3.5 whoops or so.
Yeah. Leclerc seems to be getting through lappers fairly decently, as Fresca is still about 8 seconds back. Or 5 seconds, that is, excuse me.
Yeah, it's been hovering around that 5 to 6 range here. Not really closing up. I don't know about Mullins. Mullins is 8 seconds from Tyson. Oh, Tyson down.
Uh-oh.
That's gonna change.
Gives Leclerc a lot more breathing room as Tyson gets up still in 2nd. That's Michael Gonzalez that he gets up with.
lappers may play a role in the Mullins-Tyson battle that's brewing right now.
That's Andrew Wood right in front of Tyson and Michael Gonzalez. Oh, Wood goes down, gets cleanly off the track, though, as he flips out of the way.
Involuntarily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, who's Mullins sponsored by? Skittles?
Seriously, very vibrant gear for sure. On that motorsport.com ride. Oh, closes it on Tyson, who made a mistake. Battle for second.
Woo!
Man, if they could get any closer without touching their wheels, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pull a telly in.
Oh, man.
And it looks like Hunter Root is trying to join this battle, trying to make it a threesome. Here for the gangbang. And Mahan not far back either, so we may have a serious battle on our hands here for second. As race leader Leclerc, with a 15-second lead, just kind of cruising at this point, I would imagine, with a little over the halfway point.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of breathing room after that crash by Tyson. It was a little bit closer, but, oh man, that wall is tricky.
Yeah, I guess that's the rubber band effect I was seeing there, but if you're not careful, you'll punt someone to the moon on that.
And people certainly have this week.
Yeah. I'll have to watch for that when I'm in the public servers playing.
Ooh. Fresca's a little short. Mullins able to close up right at the finish again. Root still lurking.
Wonder too if these guys mess around too much. Byron Downen might be able to also join this fight. Yeah, Leclerc looks like he's on a Sunday cruise. It's only a Wednesday!
It's amazing to me how close these guys can run and not hit each other. I mean, I've never been able to run that close to somebody for that long at that high of speed and not hit him at one point.
I mean, if I was Fresquez and I had someone behind me like that, I probably would have ate shit by now for sure. Like, just,
That's a lot of pressure to deal with, especially when you got 2 or 3 riders on you like this. If you have a crash, you could lose a lot of positions really quickly.
And I don't know how many of you watching have played this game consistently, but it's really easy to crash in this game. It's really easy to tuck that front end, especially when you start getting aggressive with your setup like a lot of these guys have to try to push their speed. It's really easy to just tuck that front wheel or just have a really unnatural crash in the whoops or anything,
Yeah, exactly.
Gets out of hand quickly.
Leclerc's kind of the perfect example of that. Last year he was awful in the whoops because he was pushing his setup to the point where the front end was literally stiff as can be compared to the rear, which was soft as a baby's behind. And yeah, he was conversely awful in the whoops all year, but this year not so bad. Not so bad so far. Nothing really doing in this battle.
Stiff in the front, soft in the rear. That's how Kellen Bauer likes his men. Definitely.
Oh, jeez.
Words to live by right there.
Yeah, even with Leclerc cruising a little bit, Tyson's still been able to kind of close the gap slowly but surely. Down to what I think it's about 10 seconds right now.
Yeah.
So.
And Mullins lost touch with Tyson there a little bit. And
yeah.
Mahan has lost touch with Mullins, and Root has, you get the idea.
Yeah, everybody's falling off of each other.
And on the other hand, got targets in his sights here. That doesn't really make any sense, does it? Targets in his sights?
Targets, and he could make it work.
He's got Root in his sights. And I think he might have the fastest, I guess, basically tied Alexis for the fastest lap. We only get 1 decimal place, JLV. Looks like there's plenty of room on that pit.
Are you trying to suggest something?
No.
Do you want a custom track server or something? Is this what that's all about?
We'll have them focus on the important stuff, like the custom track server. Shit all day.
So Byron's still trying to work on Hunter Root here.
That would be my favorite server. I would just, if I ever played, that's where I would go. And immediately, and it would just be popping in there.
Yeah, but you're not the 90% of the sim community full of tryhards.
Well,
I mean, you know.
looks like Mullins back up on that ass. With Fresquez.
It's got to be frustrating for these guys to run so clean for so long and have pretty much nothing happening between the leader.
They do that just to hold their position.
Yeah, just to hold their position on the podium. Oh, Fresquez down.
All right, Mullins to second. See if what he can do here. He's gooning it up right now.
Yeah, Mahan making a bid to get into second place for the second week in a row.
Man, I really need to download some more skins. I'm getting tired of looking at that stock Suzuki, you know?
I know that everybody rides.
Yeah. I do have Mullen skins, though. Good old man himself. His Motosport bike's looking pretty flossy.
There's a lot of really good setups this year. That's for sure. I have just about everybody's skins on the gates tonight. Oh, Mahan came up short.
I have Downen and Smith's gear, but their bikes are stock.
On a route now onto the final spot of the podium.
All right, so look at that.
Man, what the heck happened to Fresquez? Fresquez imploded all the way back behind Smith and Downen.
Oh, man. Not good for the two-time champ.
Oh.
Especially with Leclerc looking as good as he does. It's going to be a long championship.
Yeah, points are going to be really weird after tonight. Leclerc obviously going to make a little bit more strides as he was 7th, I believe, coming into tonight on 22 points.
With the way he's riding right now, I mean, has he even crashed? Like, yeah, he crashed right at the beginning, I guess. But
yeah, well, he must have had a fall-off crash or something in the middle because Fresquez did. Well, no, you're right because Fresquez never really gained a whole lot of time, just a little bit.
What place did he get at A1?
Second. He had 22 points entering tonight, so he'll be on 47 after a win tonight. Whereas Root was on 41 entering. He's going to pick up 20 in third. He'll have 61 points and still hold the points lead, I believe. I think Mullins was on 38, so he'll get 22 and be on 60.
Well, thankfully there's not any plans for prizes as of now, because
you don't
don't like paying to ship shit to France. It's looking like that's what would be happening. I actually don't really like to pay to ship stuff anywhere, for the record. So.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten my hat from 2 years ago.
And Robert Nash hasn't got whatever it is that I'm supposed to send to him. Who gives a shit?
Byron went down, and that allowed Smith to get by.
Leader also went down.
Uh-oh.
Mullins actually going to close up
And then
a little bit. I mean, it's within a mistake now, I'd say. 5 seconds. 3 laps to go. Maybe.
Yeah. And of course, there's still lappers in front of him. Leclerc doesn't necessarily have the most friends on the track.
Right, this is what I always wanted. A little action. Do it.
Mullins, Root.
Ooh, and Downen all over Smith. And Fresquez coming on here too in the final laps here to try to maybe make a charge at Downen and Smith for top 5 there for those guys, whoever wins that battle.
Yeah, Fresquez probably kicking himself. He had some really good points in the bag in second tonight. And then blew
Update
it.
on your whole shot winner. He's 14. Really sucking ass tonight. And Jeremy Shipley also sucking ass back in 17th. And your sucking ass update of the race.
Provided by System Decal Riders.
Apparently.
Oh, Leclerc, another big mistake, but Mullins nowhere really near him to do anything yet. Leclerc's taking some weird lines, man. Going outside after the finish, I haven't seen like anybody do that all week.
All right, Mullins just got to lay down some 109s here, I'd say. It's what he should target and hope for the best. Obviously, I don't think he's just going to flat out gain 2.5 seconds a lap on Leclerc, so maybe he shouldn't push it too hard, but he definitely should be looking for heads. Like, you know, Leclerc could easily have some like that right there. Small mistake probably cost him half a second or so.
Yeah, and
maybe even more.
still in some lappers, has 2 lappers right in front of him battling for position.
I mean, any little hesitation Leclerc has to make or adjustment. Ooh, like wheeling through the whoops on accident. And Mullins could take advantage of that. He's just got to be pretty consistent and fairly fast here.
Well, Leclerc going to take the white flag this time by. He's still behind Brandon Berg, who's going to go a lap down. White flag in Anaheim. Can Leclerc hang on to win, I believe, his first career RF450 main event, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, in Supercross, that may very well be true.
Yeah.
I know he won some of the Supercrosses last year leading up to the season.
Yeah.
Some of the kind of exhibition stuff or whatever, or support series, but yeah, this could be his first official MotoOption Supercross win. Of course, he is the defending outdoor champion, but a different deal, different discipline.
Yep. So working his way through the wall between the whoop sections.
What happened to Zach Dupuis? He lost his.
He
failed to defend his championship and then just
uninstalled the game.
Rage quit the community.
Yeah, pretty much.
What a baby.
But Leclerc gonna bring it through and bring it home tonight in Anaheim for his first career 450 Supercross main event win. Alexis Leclerc.
Whoa! That's one way to celebrate.
Yeah, it gets a little wild. Wow, Root damn near got Mullins at the line. 1.5 seconds back. Ends up third. Then Mahan over the line in fourth. Downen picks up a top 5, earning himself some points.
And the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, Smith.
Leclerc second fastest lap.
Smith 6th. Tyson Fresquez over the line 7th. How about Tony Spinelli in 8th? Trying to hang on to it there.
Man. He was pretty excited about that 8th.
Gosh, I'm in 8th. Good thing Scott Simmons is crashing like every time I go back to him, or else Spinelli might lose that spot.
He only knew that Spinelli almost screwed the pooch back there on the triple.
But Spinelli's
Maybe he wouldn't be goon riding.
gonna get 8th. Simmons is gonna get 9th. Berg was a lap down in 10th. Alfrey 11th. Richards 12th. Nazarek 13th. T. Crane 14th. Jack Roberts 15th. Olsen 16th. Andrew Wood 17th. Jeremy Shipley 18th. Devin Johnson 19th. Michael Gonzalez 20th. Jared Seidhoff and Kyle Robb have rage quit. So that does it here in Anaheim 2. Leclerc, first time winner. Man, what a main event. All right, so thanks, Sween, for joining me in broadcasting this 450 main. We're going to go ahead and close this thing out. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight, watching the 2015 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Fly Racing live on Start Your Systems Television. Big thanks to all of our sponsors. And, so round 3 in the books. We'll see you guys next week in Oakland. And, thanks for tuning in. This is Kellen signing off.